to hide properties and methods.
Right. So, what is package? Umer, what is package?
Package is like when you group everything together, like interface, enumerations, classes.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right. Okay. Next, Muzamal. So, what is the method to add up two strings? For example, I have Muzamal and Iqbal. I want them to be joined. How do I join them? What is the method? Muzamal, you there? Muzamal, you're on mute.
I think we use inheritance.
No. To join two strings. Very simple one. Not up to inheritance. How do you just like add up two strings? You have Muzamal and Iqbal, some two names. You want to add up together and print them together. Oh, okay.
We
What do you call adding strings? Okay. So adding strings is called concatenation. Right. So if you wanna concatenate, how would you do? Muzamal, Diksha, I know. Muzamal, give it a try. Try to check it in Google, not a problem. How to concatenate strings in Java.
okay.
But at least you should know that if you want to join two strings, it is called as concatenation. And you search in Google, you'll get the result. Not to worry. But at least you should know that some concept like that exists. Okay, that is the main purpose.
Can't we like if we call a class and we use in the class we use the string we call that class in the string to join the both strings. Can we not do that process?
It's not so big. It's just a very small thing. You use a plus symbol in between.
Okay. Okay.
Just write like double quotations hello plus double quotations world. It will concatenate. That's all.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
It's a very simple one. Anyways, then there is also one method called concat. So a dot concat b, same as a plus b. Okay, then I want to verify if two strings are the same. What is the method, Diksha?
Compare to?
No, just to this they should be equal, not compare.
Okay.
Compare to will be like 1, 0, -1 and lot of stuff, right? I just want to see if they're equal or not. Yes or no?
Equal in the sense like, I didn't understand very well.
Like I have a string A equals double quotations Anusha. String B equals double quotation Anusha. all same, no caps, no smalls, everything is the same. I want to
Okay.
see if they are equal.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you want the output to be either true or false?
Yes.
Okay, so you use the Boolean equal.
Perfect. Mm, okay. Now I have a string like ANUSHA, and then I have another string like SHA. Okay. I want to find out the position like ANUSHA. So S position is 4. I mean the index is 3, position minus 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So I want to find out that index. So what would be the method, Bikram?
You mean like two different?
Sorry?
You mean like two different string or?
Yeah, one big string and one substring, a pair of it. Like string A is ANUSHA, string B is SH. Okay, so inside ANUSHA, I want to find out where SH is, the index. So A will be 0, N will be 1, U will be 2, S will be 3. Because I gave SH, the answer should be 3. So how do you find out that position of the substring in a given string? You have idea? Yes. Otherwise, fine. No. Okay. So we have some function called int index of. Okay, index of. In strings, in Java strings, you can see that method index of. Okay, we have a string, then we have a substring. It will return the index. I mean, from where the substring is starting. Okay. Yeah. Then Muzammal. I have an array like array 1 equals A, B, C, so on. So I want to find how many elements are present in the array. How do I do it?
Can you use a function to calculate the length of array?
Yes, there is a predefined function to measure the length of the array.
I mean, if you can use it, it will return it back to the function, and it will print out how many, numbers are. What is the length of the array?
So you want to write your own function,
Yeah.
but there is already a function written with the same logic.
Oh, okay.
So what would that be? Any clue?
Will it be just like array and then length?
Yes. So array1 dot length parenthesis.
Dot.
That's
Okay.
that's a predefined function. Okay.
Okay.
Then what do we have? You remember the rounding of numbers? If you have 1.1, if you want to round, approximate the number, you will say it as 1. If you have 1.6, you will say it as 2, right? So what is the function to do that, Diksha?
Okay, for to do 1.1 to 1, it's floor. So 1.6 to 2 is seal.
Sorry?
Okay, the floor and seal.
No, combined. Floor is like, even if it is 1.6, it will say 1. Seal is like, even if it is 1.1, it will say 2. Okay.
Okay.
I want one method, like if it is 1 point less than 1.5, it will be 1. If it is greater than 1.5, it will be 2.
Floor modification. Okay.
Your voice is very feeble, Diksha.
Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking, Anusha, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Is there a function round off or something?
Yes, round. No round
Okay.
off, just
Yeah.
just round.
Okay, round. Okay.
Yeah. Then, mm, 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 mm. Okay. So I want a random number between 1 and 20. What is the method to get, Umair?
1 and 20.
Sorry? To get a
So to get
random
a
number. If I want to get a random number. For example, sometimes when going through any website, we just select random things out of any drop down, right?
yes,
Yeah, so to work in such scenarios, we need to generate random numbers. Okay, so,
is random
right,
code random, right?
right,
Okay.
okay, then,
Is there? I think there also should be like a predefined function in Java to like a math function to calculate random.
yes,
Isn't
yes,
that true?
that is only random. The name of the function itself is random. Random parenthesis. That's a,
Okay.
that's a predefined function in the math.
In the math library.
Yes. And yeah, Muzamal for you. So, what is the difference between while loop and do while loop? So we have loops for while, do while. So can you differentiate while and do while?
Yeah.
Please.
The difference is do while the condition uh,
Mm-hmm.
stops before
Mm-hmm.
executing the program
Mm-hmm.
while it tests the condition in the while parenthesis.
Right. So what does do while do then?
Do while first executes whatever is before the while condition, uh, whereas while just checks the condition.
Okay. So when do you use in your real time when you're working? When would you be using while and when would you be using do while? Muzammal.
Uh, while loop, we can use while loop when like if you want to um, calculate something like uh, to check if if numbers, how many numbers are there to print out? How many numbers are there from even numbers from 1 to 10?
No. Actually, if you want the same question, I am twisting. Okay, there's no different answer. If you want to check condition before executing the code, you will use while loop. If you want to execute the code at least once and then check a condition, you will use do while loop. That's all. The same question I have twisted. Don't worry.
Okay, so, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, and Vikram. So, what is a switch statement? Switch. Yeah, so in conditional statements, we have something called switch. So what is it?
This is something.
Mm-hmm.
Switch, I think when we use switch, like when we have to execute the number of possibilities, like number of seasons in a year, or like number of days in a year, or then we use switch.
Absolutely. So when we have multiple possibilities, we use switch. Right. So Vikram, come on, pace up, man. Just go through all these things once. Okay.
Okay.
Go through the videos or the website, whichever we are studying from. Okay. Okay. So let's start with our thing. Yeah, so as we have seen, we have data type, array, and our variable name. We can assign the values or we can assign it later after declaring. Okay, so we usually do like this: data type, whatever our name is, we gave that name, equal to new. New is a keyword; it is fixed. And when declaring a variable, this is fixed new. If you're giving data, it will be like this. If you don't have data as of now, you have to do like this. Am I audible?
Yeah, Anusha.
Okay, cool. So this is how we declare an array if we have data. This is how we declare if we don't have the data but we know the size. And this is how we declare if we don't even know the size. Okay, 3 types of declarations. After we declare, if we want to work with each of the elements inside the array, okay, for example, we have elements of 4. We usually take a for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than the array name, whatever it is, my list in this case, dot length. Okay, then semicolon, then I plus plus, which is an increment operator. Okay, we have seen the mathematical operators, right? So this is the syntax of for loop, usually how people go, like incrementing. If you want to start from the last and come to the beginning, okay, int I equal to mylist dot length, I greater than 0, I minus minus. That is how you would be writing. Okay, then here inside the for loop, they are just printing the elements. As we know, the index is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is why we are starting from int I equal to 0. Okay, so the for loop will iterate first time for I equal to 0. Then it will execute all the code that is present inside the for loop. Then end of the code, before starting the next loop, it will just do I plus plus. That means in the next iteration, it is I equal
Anusha, I
to,
think your voice is breaking up in between.
oh, okay. One second, guys. Yeah, so is my audio okay now?
Yeah, now again.
Mm, yeah, so it will execute all the statements that is inside the for loop and then do this incremental job. Okay, before starting the next loop, after the incremental job, it will check if this condition is true. Right? We have seen the same thing in loops. Okay, so here we are doing a simple thing to print. So it would just print it. Then we have taken something, a blank variable called total, and we keep 0 in it. If we don't assign 0, it will be null. Okay, so we have to assign 0 before working with this variable. Okay, if you don't assign, what happens is it will say null plus my list of I, which is invalid, right? So I'm basically adding all these elements. So I'm taking a dummy extra variable called total and adding everything to it. Not to affect the total, we have to take it as 0. So in the first place, we have seen this operator earlier, like plus equal to, which means total equals total plus my list of I. Okay. So we are adding total equals 0 plus 1.9. In the next iteration, it will add 2.9. And in the next iteration, it will add 3.4 and so on. It will keep adding all the elements. Okay. So this is a bit advanced than this. So if you want to work with addition of elements or subtraction or something, we usually take an external variable like this and then start working with it. We don't declare a variable inside the for loop because that variable will become extinct after this parenthesis is closed. The scope of the variable is limited to the parenthesis. Okay, the scope of this variable is limited to this parenthesis from here till here. Okay, if you declare this double total equal to 0 inside the for loop, its scope will be limited to this parenthesis, and if you want to access the total, you won't be able to access. So there is no point in adding up to taking so much effort in adding up and all. So we declare the variable outside the for loop and then start using it in the next statements like this. You want to print it, or you want to see if the total elements is less than some 10. If the total is less than 10, you want to add few more elements or something like that. Okay, then this is to find the maximum number. This is something which we have done, right? We have like 10 numbers A, B, C, D, E, F, and out of each of the number we will have to get the maximum number out of it. Okay, so here in this for loop there is only one line. If there is only one line inside the for loop, then you don't have to mention this, the parenthesis. Okay, the same thing is depicted here. Inside the if, there is only one line. That is the reason they haven't put any parenthesis around this statement. Okay, but for the for loop, there are two statements. This is one statement and this is another statement. Since there are two statements, they have put parenthesis, but here you can remove these curly braces. It will still work because there is only one line. Okay, if there are more number of lines like 2 or 3, you will have to put the curly braces like here. Okay, so I take some value. For example, I will assume that the first value is the highest value. Okay, and then I will get the second value. To get the second value, it should be I equal to 1 because we are starting from the second value. The index will be 1. Okay, then now we compare my list of I, which is the second one, with the first one. Okay, if the second one is greater than the max, in the max variable I am storing the first value. Now I will store the second value because it is greater. else I will leave it as it is. Now I'll get the third variable in the next iteration. Again I will compare. If it is maximum, I will replace the maximum variable. If not, I'll just leave it as it is. Okay. So finally the output maximum is 3.5. Okay, this is what I have asked you, how to add up two strings or anything, any two things. If you want to add up, you just give a plus in the middle. You can add a string and integer, you can add a string and double, string and a string and a character. You can add any data type, that doesn't matter. All you have to do is put a plus in between. Inside a print, it would just concatenate both of them. Okay. Then we have seen this for each loop. For x, this column is called as in. When reading, we read it as in. For element in my list, print element. Okay, so this is called for each. If you want to work with arrays, you can easily work like this if you're going through each and every of them. Unless you want the position of the elements, you can directly work like this. Then we have this methods, public static void print array, any method. In fact, we were sending arguments in parentheses like int a, int b, int c earlier, right? So if we want to send an array that is a bunch of elements, this is how we will write in method definition. This is method definition. This is not method call. Okay, and this is method definition. So in method definition, we have written like this. And when we want to call the method, we will say print array. In the parentheses, we will send an array something like this, something like my list that we have seen above, right? My list. Okay, but this is a double array, and in our method we have int array, so it will throw up an error, but we should be sending an int array like this, print array new int. He declared it directly, but we can store it in one variable and send that variable across as an argument. Okay, so we have methods, right? Public static void print array we had, right? Instead of void, now we are writing int with square brackets, because result is going to be an array. If you are if the method is returning back an array of elements, then we would write the same here, just like here how we had mentioned, the same way we would mention here. Okay, so these are the methods. Again, we have like to compare two arrays equals. Okay, then if you want to search 2.9 in my list and get the index out of it, you remember index of for a string, which we have just now discussed. Similarly, we have binary search and integers of my list, then 2.9, and this would return the index like 0, 1, 2, 3 and all. Okay, similarly we have the functions like sorting. This would directly sort A to Z descending order or ascending order. Okay, so this sorts the specific into an ascending order. Okay, if you want descending order, you have to pass one more argument, I guess, like object A comma quotations DESC, something like that you have to pass. That would sort it in descending order. So if you say fill, if A has 10 elements, all the 10 will become val. Okay. And there are a few other methods which we can deal with, like dot length, which are common actually. So he didn't mention it again. Okay, then we have this date and time, how Java deals with date and time. If in our day-to-day life itself, we see hundreds of formats. Someone writes GDMMYY, someone writes MMDDYY, someone writes MMDDYYY, someone writes DD, and JAN, Jan, then 1919, something like that. So when we write so many formats ourselves, so how would a Java program understand so many formats? It won't be able to understand. So what it would do is, it has some format specifiers. Okay, so this date, it would simply get the right now, what is the date, what is the time. It would get the current date and time. Okay, then
From our like computer's location.
yes, based on your location it gets. And then long milliseconds means you would see a very long number like 14516789234, something like that. Okay, that number is the number of milliseconds elapsed after Jan 1st 1970 0 hours. From then how many milliseconds are done, those number of milliseconds will actually give the number of date. Okay. Then these are few self-descriptive methods like comparison, equals, and the current date and time. Okay, and this would convert the date into a string and returns its result. Okay, so when I say date dot to string, this is how it is going to print. Okay, your time zone. Okay, like EST, PST, whatever time zone, IST, GMT, whatever time zone, that would be printed. And then so what if you want in DDMMYY, but this is printing something else if you write toString in the above scenario. So now if you want DDMMYY, you will write like something like this. Simple date format is a predefined class. So you use that simple date format equal to new simple date format, like this, whatever you want. And now you will say the formatter dot format and the date variable, wherever you have stored the date variable, that date variable. Now you might get a doubt, how do I know how to write this, like HHZZZ and all. Okay, so E corresponds to day of the week, YYYY for year format, dot will be printed as dot. If you give slash, it will be slash. If it is hyphen, it will be hyphen. Okay, whatever you give here, that will be replicated. Then DD, you can compare here what is going on. Okay, and this is some extra string that you give, and that would be printed like just like a string. then HH, hours, minutes, seconds, and AM or PM, and the time zone. ZZZ indicates the time zone like PDT or PST, EST. Okay. So here is the understanding of what is what.
And is this a predefined function?
Yes, it is a predefined function. This simple date format is a predefined function. Inside this double quotations, you can write whichever format you want. And how would you know what to write? Here is the indication of what to write. Okay. So if you write HH, it will be the time. So capital H indicates 24-hour format. MM is minute. SS is seconds. Capital S indicates the milliseconds. E as in day of the week, like I was saying. Capital D, day in the year. If there are 365 days or 366 days, it will indicate what day it is. Okay. So similarly, week, small a is AM or PM. Okay. Small k and capital H, 24 hours format, but is like 0 to 23, and this is 1 to 24. So there is no 0 hour. The 12 midnight will be depicted as like 1 and so on. Okay. And then ZZZ is time zone. If you give a single quote, it means you are giving some text of your own. Okay. Then double quotes would indicate single. It will print single quote. And we have seen this percentile F, percentile D, percentile S in printf like C. Similarly, it is percentile TC for date. And we're never going to use this really. All we do is just simply say plus and it's done. Okay. Yeah, printf, something like C, it's going to work. Right. So figure the next one. Yeah. There's something called pattern matching. For example, I have two names like Muzammal and Muzamil. Two names, for example. Okay. I want to extract these two names from an array of sometimes 15 names. Okay. Because I don't know which is who. So if I want to extract that, what I would say that MUZ star 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 L. Okay, whatever is there, it would be extracted. So such pattern matching is done using regular expressions. Okay. And so how do we write regular expressions? Uh, yes. So this is the place where we use to test regular expressions usually. Okay. Then Yeah. So there is this one in regexr.com. There is a cheat sheet. Okay. If it is a dot, it means any single character. Okay. Then if it is /w, it means a word. /d means a number. /s is a blank space. Okay. Capital W means not of the same opposite of small w. Okay. If something is in between square brackets, it means any one character among them. So if I have here ABC, it means there should be one character in the name, and then it should be one among these three. If you want all of them, you would just write like this: A to Z. A hyphen Z matches the character A to Z. So if I want either capital or small letter, I can write like this continuously. I should have one character, but that one character should be small or capital, A to Z, anything. Okay. Then now we have /w. So this means matches any word or character. Then we have plus. Plus means it matches one or more. What happens if I remove plus? Do you see what is being identified here? Few other characters are being added up. Okay. What if I remove /w? Means each single alphabet has been identified, and this indicates as a word. Then this indicates not as a word. I want them individually. So only the last letters got identified because they don't form any word going forward. Okay. Plus means any additional symbols or something like that. This indicates any character. Okay. Then I want to have a digit after a character. There is only a single match, V2, because there is one alphabet and there is one number. Then I want to match if it has any special character like dot, then double quotes, then at the rate. Okay. Because these are symbols, we have to do the escape sequences for all the symbols in regular expressions. Okay. For all the symbols, we have to do one backslash, which is right above the enter key in your keyboard, which we actually never used till now. Except in coding, people don't use that backslash. Okay, so that one you are supposed to be using here. Okay, so this indicates any character between A and G, something like we have written any character between A to Z, any character between A to Z. Okay. Then this indicates start or end of the string. Okay, this //G is by default a part and parcel of expert. In between that, you should be writing something. So cap, which is on the number 6 in Windows, A, so matches the beginning of a string. Okay, so matches the character A. So all together, it should start with A. There is nothing that is starting with A. Mm, 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 mm. So dot star means everything. Dot is dot is all the alphabets, and dot star is from the beginning to the last. I want something like W dot star means something has the alphabet W. Then I can write like this. I want something that starts with either capital or small w. So there is something that starts with small w, and then there is this dot star. Okay. Dot indicates one next character, 2, 3, 4 characters. And slash dot. Slash dot. There is only one thing that has w dot. Okay. Dot indicates anything. Slash dot indicates the actual dot. And in the starting. Okay, in the beginning, I want either W or W. Okay. And then in the beginning, I want either E or W. There is nothing like that. So this is all a clubbed message. Okay. Then in the ending, so I want something like net N or T, one of these characters in the ending. T or T or R, something like that. So this is the ending. This is all one single kind of statement. So this is the ending. So if it has T, it has marked it. So cap indicates the beginning, dollar indicates the ending. Okay. So if I want to have a tab, this is where I have tabs. There are no new lines, no returns. So here you can see error or the XPath, the regex is correct or not. It will show here and 3 matches the result. Then slash W. So these are the things which are not words. Okay. These are the things which are not numbers. These are the things which are not white spaces. These are the white spaces. These are the words. These are the numbers. Okay. Then Unicode escaped means you convert each and every character into Unicode. Then you test with the help of it. So U0009, which is a tab. 2, 1, 3, 56. 56 means capital V. Okay. Then 90. It's not there. So 567, it's not there. So these are not there. 55, 54, 53, 60. It's not there. Okay. These are the Unicode characters. You can get the Unicode sequence from Google for what character, what is the Unicode sequence, that you can easily get it. Okay. Then capture a group. So we have put a parenthesis here. So if we don't put a parenthesis, still it will work. Okay. and means they're not grouped together. So that. Then if I give something like U, V, E, R, it's not there. U, V, E, R. Okay, it's not there. Then not a group. These are not actually helpful. The groups and quantifiers, mostly we will be using these three sections. Yeah. So please do practice on these things, okay, on the regexr.com. I'll put it here. Okay, so when you want to match, this is the string, my string. This is my pattern that I have to watch. So three groups. Within parentheses, there are three groups. Dot star, then we have slash slash d plus. We can actually take this up and okay. Then this is our pattern. So it is nothing has matched. Pattern dot compile. Okay, in regex there is a predefined class called pattern. We are using that, and with the help of that we are trying to match. Okay, so what is this? Okay, R dot. So, okay, so 0 indicates the entire expression without replacement. So they are printing m dot this thing. Okay, so well, this is the syntax details. Whatever we have seen here in the cheat sheet, more than that it is written here. Okay. There are a lot of explanations for this. Escape sequences, that all we have seen. And either or, this was not given there, so it is like or. Okay, so please go through this and yeah, so in this matcher class we have seen there these are the different methods. Okay, so whenever it matches, it will give the starting point, just like we have seen in case of the strings index of. Okay, so similarly there are a few other methods. Attempts to find the next subsequence. So these only will match and do. These can also do the replacement part. So you want to match a string and then replace. For example, in Word document, you do Control H, then you find for something and replace it with something else. You find for a comma and you replace it with semicolon. Something like that. It can be done here. Okay. And then you can add something at the last. Okay. There are a few other methods also. So here is a small explanation. Let's go through this and we'll go through it tomorrow if you don't understand any of it. Okay, we'll close it for today, not to get overloaded like the other day. Okay, otherwise. So you guys have to go through like arrays, date and time, and regular expressions. Understand the entire syntax of regular expressions and the format of date and time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we see you tomorrow?